Okay, Miss McKinney,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor, I am here to try to recoup costs that I've incurred with my daughter.
All right.
She's 9 years old. She's been with me since birth, and I'm paying for everything. I've been doing it all on my own.
All right.
Without a problem, but I've been doing it all on my own.
All right. And when you say all on your own, Dad isn't helping out financially at all?
At all.
Okay. And you said your daughter's 9.
Yes.
Is she involved in any type of extracurricular activities? That word always messes me up.
Yes, ma'am. Basketball, track and field, and tennis.
All right. Does Dad pay for any of those?
No, ma'am.
How much are the fees associated annually with each one of those?
Annually, probably roughly $4,700.
All right. Is Dad aware that she's in these activities?
Yes.
All right. The extracurricular activities, does he attend those?
No, Your Honor.
So he doesn't pay for those.
No.
So what is the backstory? I mean, she's 9.
Wow. We're just 30 seconds in and already the emotional weight hits hard. A mother, Miss McKinney, standing alone for 9 years, raising a child with zero financial help. Not even a dime. And it's not just day-to-day care. This child is active in basketball, track, and tennis, and the dad doesn't even attend. That's not just financial abandonment, it's emotional too. Miss McKinney's composure is admirable, but her frustration is clear. She's been handling it all, from diapers to basketball shoes, and it adds up to nearly $5,000 a year just for extracurriculars. Meanwhile, the father is MIA. The judge asks a simple question. Does Dad pay for anything? Her response? A flat no, ma'am. That silence speaks volumes.
So were you all in a relationship previously? Like what happened?
We were in a situationship for a weekend.
What in the world is that?
Well, it was a little bit more than a one-night stand. It lasted approximately 72 hours. I was on business in Washington, D.C., and he was there for a teacher's conference. I met him at a nightclub.
Ooh,
and
I need to be careful what I ask.
Well, listen, the night grew long, and things happened within the next 72 hours. And so, that's the
Okay.
extent of it.
Okay. And you got pregnant?
Yes.
Okay. Was he involved in the pregnancy?
Well, he was definitely there.
Well, no, throughout your pregnancy.
Oh, throughout? No, ma'am.
Okay. So you just literally had the baby, no help from him, nothing like that. Did he show up at the hospital?
No, he was late.
Okay. So did you all have a DNA test done?
No.
Does he know he's the father?
He doesn't think that he is, and he's the only Caucasian that I've ever been with, so.
Okay. So that's where the issue lies then. He doesn't
Basically.
believe he's the father, which is why he hasn't given you any money.
But he sent text messages, and he sent happy birthdays, things
Okay.
of that nature. How is she doing? So I believe if he didn't care at all, he wouldn't send those text messages. Now, he's done that for the past 9 years. I've just never seen any greenbacks to follow those texts.
Okay. So when he arrived at the hospital, did he sign the acknowledgement of paternity?
No, Your Honor, when I meant he was late, the baby was already a week old at the
And here comes the twist. Their relationship was a situationship that lasted a weekend. Just 72 hours during a business trip and a teacher's conference. So no long history, no co-parenting plan. Just 3 days that changed my life. But Miss McKinney isn't here for drama. She's here for help. She's raising a child who didn't ask for any of this. This is where the emotional gut punch lands. The father didn't attend the birth, didn't help during the pregnancy, and never signed the birth certificate. He doubts the child is his, but here's the kicker. He sends birthday texts every year, for 9 years. That's not full denial. That's toe-dipping in emotional involvement without taking any real responsibility.
At the time, I was already at home. We'd left the hospital. That's what I mean by late.
Oh, so he didn't show up at the hospital at all?
No, Your Honor.
So he didn't sign the birth certificate or any acknowledgement of paternity or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So you're here today to do what exactly?
Well, I was hoping you would be able to help me, first and foremost, establish paternity
Okay.
at this point.
All right.
And
We
possibly
would definitely have to do that before any child support takes place.
Of course,
Okay.
of course.
All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
No, that's pretty much it. I've just been doing everything on my own. In my heart of hearts, I know that he is the father. I have no doubt. I'm just needing assistance.
Okay. All right. All right. Sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is what she's saying. Now, let me be clear in my questions because I just realized that I probably shouldn't have asked that question like that. Now, bypass all the 72-hour stuff that she talked about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, she's pregnant.
She was.
Okay, you were not involved in that process at all in
No.
terms of the pregnancy.
Look, let me just start off by saying that most of what she said is essentially true.
Okay.
Although there's some giant omissions in there and some things that you need to take into account to get the full picture.
Well, does it involve the 72-hour
So
thing?
we were involved approximately that amount of time, yes.
Okay.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't want to know any specific
don't
details
worry.
about that.
I'm not here to give you the details of it. I'm just here to tell you that we were in an intimate relationship on and off for about 72 hours. Yeah.
Miss McKinney pleads her case with dignity. She's not asking for revenge or a fight, just help. She wants paternity established first so that child support can follow. Simple, lawful, and overdue. And she's confident in her truth. In my heart of hearts, I know he's the father. That's a powerful statement, not just emotional, but rooted in clarity. Now we shift to the father. And right out the gate, he admits most of what she said is true. But of course, he claims she left out key details. Then he introduces a twist of his own, the money card. He says she makes more money working for the federal government, while he's just a teacher making 60Ks. But wait, does someone's income decide their right to receive support?
Yes.
Okay. So, after you found out she was pregnant, what happened?
Well, first let me add some context to everything before I answer that, Your Honor. She works for the federal government. I'm a teacher. I'm a high school teacher. She
Okay.
makes significantly more money than I do. I make about $60,000 a year. I don't know the exact figure of her annual income, but I know it's a lot more than that. She's in far better position to support her daughter than I would be, and what she's asking for.
You
from
said
me-
her daughter, so you truly don't believe this is your child?
I am willing to accept that it may be, but we've not done a DNA test. What she said about being only with one Caucasian man, I have no way of knowing if that's true. She's lied before to me. So don't take, she was honest with a lot of the stuff she said fairly, but here's a big thing she forgot to mention. I have a son of my own. I have a newborn son, and with my fiance.
Congratulations.
What does
Thank
that
you
have
very
to do
much.
with this?
This is
Well,
what it has.
I allowed you
Okay.
the opportunity to speak. This is his time. And now I asked you, was there anything else you needed me to know before I moved over to
But I
him?
already know he's gonna push my buttons.
Okay, well, just sit there and don't let him push your buttons.
Okay.
That's easy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can do that.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
So I have a newborn son with my fiance, and I know that he's my son for sure. And I know, and
How do you know for sure?
Because
Well-
he's white.
be-
Ma'am.
because the woman who gave birth to him has been with me and only me for the past 3 years now. That's how I know that he is my son. And he does, despite being a newborn, having a little newborn face, he does look like me. I can tell. So, but anyway, what she's asking for, she does not need financial compensation from me to support possibly our daughter. And the other factor she didn't take into consideration.
Wait a minute. Did I hear that right? Let me rewind.
Yeah, he said
that.
need.
Let me
I'm sorry.
rewind that. You said she does not need money from you.
It gets even more tense. He questions her honesty, points out there's no DNA test, and says she's lied before. Then he drops the "I have a newborn son with my fiancée" bomb. Like that erases his role in this current case. And the logic he uses? "I know the new baby is mine because he's white." Excuse me? That statement deserves to be called out. Genetics isn't determined by skin tone alone, and that reasoning borders on offensive. The man then makes a jaw-dropping statement, saying she doesn't need financial compensation. Not doesn't deserve, but doesn't need. As if child support is a charity instead of a legal obligation. Your Honor pauses to rewind and confirm he actually said that. And yes, he did. This wasn't a slip. It was his core argument.
So let me make sure I got that right.
Because she makes so much more than me.
Right. So even if it is your child,
Right.
she still doesn't need to get money from you?
In my opinion, this is what she's doing here right now has nothing to do with needing money. It has to do with jealousy. She's trying to interfere with my relationship with my new son and my fiance.
Baby, I care less about that, okay? Two things for certain, one for sure. I care less about that.
Excuse me. I
I'm
thought
sorry.
we weren't going to allow him to
It's-
push your buttons.
I
Thank
left
you.
one button out. I'm
I've
sorry.
got buttons.
Yeah.
He tries to turn the whole case into a personal attack, saying this is about jealousy, not justice. According to him, the mother is just trying to sabotage his new relationship and interfere with his new son. But wait, didn't he just say he didn't even know the other baby existed until a week after the birth? The contradiction here is outrageous. And let's not ignore the tension that flares between both parties. Your Honor herself even has to step in and remind them that this is a courtroom, not a sparring match. You've got a whole control panel of buttons, she quips, trying to lighten the mood. But underneath the humor is a serious warning. Keep this up, and the case could be dismissed entirely. This moment is a reminder that the court is here to protect the child, not indulge adult drama.
Well, I've gathered all my buttons and you ain't gonna push
Well,
me.
you
I got a
know,
whole control panel.
Okay, nobody asked you
excuse
that.
me. The only
You're
person
so
that's
freaking
going to be
childish.
excuse me. The only person that's going to be pressing buttons up here is me.
I'm trying not to press his head.
Well, we're definitely not going to do that because then the bailiff will have to escort you out, and then I'll more than likely dismiss your case. So that wouldn't be a good thing, right? Ultimately, the both of you are here for one thing. You all want to find out if he is indeed the father of your daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, sure.
Seems like a weird place to do that. I don't see a DNA kit anywhere nearby.
Oh, now
well,
you're
we do
challenging her
that. We do that
circumstance.
in a different area.
Stupid.
We have.
Okay.
Excuse me. That wasn't very nice.
Well, it wasn't nice for him to dish your courtroom either. I'm just saying.
No,
Well-
no disrespect to your court, ma'am.
I don't take offense to that because I don't sit up and let people push my buttons often. All right. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to reset this pending DNA results. Now, if for any reason the child does come back, well, the DNA test does come back and you are the father, you will have to start paying child support being ordered today, all right?
Can I respond to that, Judge, if I may? We were in what amounted to a long one-night stand. We never committed ourselves to each other. I wasn't even aware that she gave birth until like a week after it happened.
Lies.
No, I was never
I
told
called
that.
Excuse me, Miss McKinney,
Yes, Your Honor. It's the lies.
it's the buttons. Woosah. Okay?
Then comes the real reason they're here, to determine paternity. No DNA kit in sight yet, but that's about to change. The judge quickly recenters the room and makes it clear, if the DNA test proves he's the father, child support starts immediately. And that's when the man tries to backpedal. He claims their relationship was nothing more than a long one-night stand, and says he didn't even know about the birth. The judge isn't having it. She flips open the Texas Family Code and reminds everyone. There is no clause that says, you must be in a committed relationship to owe child support. Facts over feelings. Whether he was misled about birth control or not, there's a child now, a 9-year-old who needs support from both parents. This isn't about excuses. It's about accountability.
Now, to your point, I was looking here through this Texas family code looking for where it says that you have to be in a relationship with somebody to not have to pay child support, and it doesn't exist.
Well, she never, said. I was under the impression, from what I remember, that she was on birth control. Now, that may be my faulty memory, but I never entered
But
into this
even
relationship with any
even
intention.
still, let's just be clear. Birth control or not, a 9-year-old child is here. These are the facts. A 9-year-old child is here who deserves support, not only from her mother, but from her potential father as well. So we are going to reset this matter, get some DNA testing done. So to my original thought, if you are the father, you will start paying child support being ordered as of today, all right? If he is not the father, you can come back to court and petition as many people. Now, don't take that offensive. I'm not saying that you just been with everybody or anything like that, but you can come back and petition as many people as necessary, because this child, as I just stated, deserves to have the support from not only her mother, but from her potential father as well. So, do you all have any questions about what you're going to do?
No, Your Honor.
No.
No? Okay, and you have to make your daughter available for testing as well.
She's available.
Okay,
She's here.
okay. So we can go ahead and get that taken care of today.
Oh, yes, we could.
Okay, so we'll reset y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Finally, the judge outlines the path forward. If the DNA test confirms he's the father, child support payments begin immediately. If not, the mother can legally petition other potential fathers. And the judge is quick to clarify, this isn't about shaming anyone. It's about ensuring the child gets the support she deserves. It's a powerful reminder of what the law truly protects, the welfare of children. As the courtroom resets for the DNA testing, one thing is clear: truth will soon come to light. Whether through legal obligations or moral clarity, both parties are now bound by a system that doesn't care about their drama, only justice for the child. So, who do you think is truly in the wrong here? Was this man just careless, or is he deliberately dodging responsibility? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're just as shocked by the emotional roller coaster in this courtroom as we are, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful real-life cases that reveal the truth behind the courtroom doors.